Pepper says, this doesn't belong here. You better get rid of it. Last month, we decluttered a section of the basement, the part where you first walk down the stairs right at the opening. And I normally don't declutter in the wintertime because there's no heat and it is freezing down here. But I still want to declutter. And for today's episode, I want to focus in the boys' play area because stuff did get churned in here because there was a water leak in the Christmas cave where all the Christmas decorations were. So hubby had to take all the Christmas stuff out, and this was the most open section. So of course, everything got put into here. Now, he put most of the organized Christmas bins back into the cave after he fixed it, but we had a lot of miscellaneous, and I wanted to be able to finish this. And before the boys come down here again, once it warms up, I want to make sure that it's done now. So for this video, we'll be organizing the rest of the Christmas stuff and putting it back into the Christmas cave. And also, this box actually wasn't here. This box was actually over in this section. Now, this is definitely a massive hoard over here. I'm going to do a little digging and organizing in this section too, just widening that opening for the boys' play area. So me and Pepper are going to start in the middle right here because this is me, not the kids right here. So I want to make sure that we clean this up, we'll organize it, we put it back into the Christmas cave. That way the kids can have their spot open. Pepper agrees. So when I start decluttering in an area, to kind of cope with that overwhelming feeling of where on earth do I start with the easiest thing I can find. And that's this. We had to get a new Christmas star, and I still have the empty box. So that is a tossy. And in this box, this actually was over here. I moved the box so I could get in to make that thumbnail. But this box, by looking at it, it's already all a tossy. I forgot all about this. I used a lot of this stuff in a video before about 50 things I didn't hoard, and I just forgot to throw it away. It got like tossed to the side. And that is the beautiful mind of ADHD. You are constantly jumping your thoughts. So I can easily go through all of this and say, guess what? It's finally getting out of here. No more, no mas. Now let's move on to all the Christmas stuff. And this bin clearly is all of my Christmas crafting supplies in here that I use to make gifts every year. And I know this blue bag right here was definitely my Christmas craft grab bag when I was very quickly trying to make different crafts for gifts last year and videos, and it just never got put away because there's just never enough time. And you know what? That's okay, because we're going to do it now. And I am aware that I still have a lot of stuff, but the message of this channel is progress, not perfection. Hoarding disorder is a mental disorder, and we're taking the steps. We've gotten this far. Right now, I'm actually gathering all of the items that we wear, right? Because I actually have a Christmas tub of things that I'm wearing and Christmas gear. Now, as I organize it, as I downsize it, each year I can let go of a few more things. It doesn't have to be a do it all right now kind of thing. This is a go at your own pace, what feels good in your heart, so that you can be successful and make decluttering and organizing a positive experience. And right now, all I'm doing is going through all of the stuff. I'm categorizing and organizing it into their rightful bins. And I have to admit that developing these stronger categorizing skills is more recent because with my ADHD, my mind often jumbled the categories. I very often struggle to define what categories look like. And with my hoarding disorder, that made it even tenfold harder to be able to do that because I had such a massive amount of stuff. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm not really per se decluttering any Christmas items, but I am letting go of anything that is considered trash. I figured that in next November, in the beginning, we can go over all the Christmas stuff again and declutter actual items. My main goal for today is putting the Christmas stuff away, opening up the play area because it's starting to get warmer in here. It's springtime. We're starting to get warmer days. That means that the boys are going to come back down into the basement and start to play again down here. And I want to make sure that it's ready and not because mommy re-hoarded it again. So now that Christmas is officially put away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to take these organizers and I'm just going to put them back in this corner. You know, I'm always shopping these hoarded organizers for videos. And this is something we'll have to do in the future too, because we had some toys from upstairs in the boys' room come down here. They wanted to keep it, but they wanted to have it in this play area. So that'll be something in the future that me and the boys will work on. Next are these two pink bins that holds all of the Valentine's decorations. So of course, I'm going to make a label for them so we know what's in there and put them away. Now let's just direct our energy to the side over here. I'm obviously not going to do all of it, but I wouldn't mind just opening the space a little more. And I'm going to start with this big box right here because I know this box is going to be the easiest. This is where I stored all the Christmas gifts when I shopped my hoarded stash and I had labeled all the bags. Well, of course, they're like wrapped and gone. So most of this is going to get recycled. And there's some reusable like bags in here that I used when I took gifts over to everyone's house. And this just needs to be put away and the rest of this stuff recycled. And moving to this side over here, I know that in this blue Phillies bags, this is clothes that I was going to let go of. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to put it on my Townsgiving page or include it in the big yard sale because I already started yard sale piles. I'm thinking what I might do is put it in the yard sale and then at the end of it, I will just tell everyone from my Facebook Townsgiving page to come on over and pick up what they want. Now, I know by looking at the rest of this is all yard sale stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to condense it all into one more defined pile. But before we do that, I know that this bin right here is a mixture of things. Like this is obviously a tossy. It can be recycled. Same with this. I do not want any fortune cookies that's been sitting in the basement. Now in this bag, I can tell you exactly what's in this bag. Last year on our swim teams, our boys were assigned buddies, and at each swim meet, the buddies would give each other a gift. It would normally contain a juice box, a snack, a little toy for the kids to play with while they wait their turn for their heat, and it was something we did on a weekly basis. So of course, this is where I had all those fun supplies. Now, I'm not going to declutter anything unless it's obvious trash because the boys are swimming again this year and they're going to do the swim buddies again. And I think that'd be wasteful to throw it all out, except for the ring pops. The ring pops, and no, I'll let go of them and buy new ones. But what I got to get better at is actually not overbuying for these kind of things. I actually have to identify, okay, there's 6 swim meets. I need 6 bags. Just buy the supplies for 6 bags because I'll always just kind of overbuy and wing it, and I don't define what that looks like. I feel like if I start to do that, then I won't have so much of an overflow between the years. And guess what else is in here? Craft supplies. Yes, my beautiful craft supplies are spread out all over this basement. And again, I can tell that a lot of these were from Dollar Tree. You can tell by the tag. Of course, they were bought in the past few years when it actually was $1. And look at this. This was from Dollar Tree too. Now, this was within the past 2 years, so I don't know if they still have it, but I could have used this for my Easter DIY. These are so cute. So this is why we are definitely organizing those craft supplies this year, because I'm doing a lot of no spends, but I love gift giving. So if I can make gifts with things I already have, I feel like that is very therapeutic in my healing and recovering in hoarding disorder, because it is associating giving things away with happiness. Something else that I'm recognizing is that I'm invited to a lot of events, and a lot of events have swag bags. And I almost feel like that I'm rude if I don't take one because someone was so kind to put them together. But honestly, nobody recognized whether I took the swag bag or not. So a lot of this stuff, I'm just gonna take it to work, because I just can't. I can't keep bringing on more things into my house, even if they are for free. Next, I can see on the floor that this right here, this is all tossy. We're going to recycle that. It's just random crap that fell on the floor. We don't need it. Same with this mailer, bye-bye, it's gone. And now I'm going to redefine what that yard sale bin is going to look like. But first I wanna make sure that everything in here is actual yard sale stuff. And as I move the totes, I can see that down here, this is all paperwork. I just need to go through it. I need to go through it and recycle it, because y'all know paper is the bane of my existence, and it just piles up. There is so much of it in this basement. And of course, Pepper is giving her final inspections of all of our progress, approving of empty bags and bins, as I clean and sweep the area up for the kids to make it a little nicer. And now I get to show you the tossy pile in this episode. And a lot of it is trash, and we're going to recycle it as best as we can. But remember, in hoarding disorder, even things that appear to be trash, well, is another man's treasure, as they say. But now I recognize it for what it is. And of course, we are going to recycle it as best as we can, keeping it out of a landfill, because that is very important to me in my heart. And now Pepper is very excited to show you the newly cleaned out playroom, and that she's very proud that we did it all in one episode instead of it being a 5-part series. Again, this is all about progress and not perfection. We're going at our own pace, because this is an addiction. It's a mental disorder. So we're going to take steps forward and not put pressure on ourselves. Just like this right here, this is the yard sale stuff that I collected. And for me, it's actually very therapeutic to have yard sales, to see people happily buy my items. We're taking the next step forward. We're doing what feels right in our hearts. That's how we make our own personal progress. This is getting easier. We're cleaning out these spaces faster now. And I really pray that this video encourages and motivates you to clean out something in your house today too.